It was 9 years ago the University of Maryland won it all in Atlanta. There's the Final Four floor, which proudly hangs at the Comcast Center. Recently, I talked to head coach Gary Williams about that title run. Does it seem like yesterday for you?
Yeah, it goes quick. I think it's funny, when people judge you as a coach and then you win a national championship, they judge you a little differently. The good way is they really think you can coach because you won a national championship. But the other thing, you set the bar awful high. People get where if you don't get there in the Final Four, maybe you didn't have as good a year as you should have had. So there's two sides to it, but I'll take the national championship and live with that one.
Gary Williams says it best. March Madness is when college basketball reaches a crescendo. It's the possibility of making a childhood dream come true. The tension of a lose-and-go-home reality with a national championship is the goal. For Duke's Nolan Smith, it's all that and so much more. Basketball is the main fiber of his family, with the sport and all of its successes in his DNA.
Number 2, Nolan Smith.
Nolan Smith's career at Duke has been a family affair.
It seems like just yesterday I was, getting dropped off by my mom and sister.
It's been a wonderful 4 years.
Really sad. I'm going to miss being down at the games and watching Nolan play college basketball. There's nothing like it.
When Nolan plays home or away, rest assured his mom, Monica, has made the trek from Upper Marlboro, Maryland to be there.
Just being at a game in Cameron with the Cameron Crazies, I equate it to family. It's like going home.
Nolan was Duke's dynamo this season, leading the Blue Devils in points and assists, en route to being honored as the ACC Player of the Year and the National Player of the Year by some.
Nobody in our program in my 31 years here has improved more than him.
Nolan was a prep standout, finishing his high school career at Oak Hill Academy in Virginia. A shooting star since his pint-sized days, Nolan took after his dad, Derek. Derek Smith was an All-American at the University of Louisville and helped lead the Cardinals to the 1980 National Championship before going on to play 10 years in the NBA. After his playing career ended, Derek became an assistant coach with the Washington Bullets. In 1996, he and his family were on a team cruise when Derek suffered a heart attack and died at the age of 34.
And I look at all the pictures of you guys, and at the time you were like this with your dad. I mean, it must seem like it was yesterday, and then he's still with you.
Oh yeah, it definitely seems like it was just yesterday. I've obviously gotten older, and that was some years ago. I was only 7 years old, but we've grown, and as a family, myself as a person, as a player, and we've done a great job as a family.
And the tragedy that occurred in his life brought his mother even more to the forefront. And Monica is one of the most beautiful people you could ever meet. She has the biggest heart, and Nolan has that same heart.
The fight is within Nolan, and I think I told him this the other day. Again, everybody has the will and desire to do what they want to do. And he's had it, himself. I just instilled in him hard work.
A decade after his father's death, Nolan, a prize recruit, and Monica decided that Duke and Coach K would be the best fit for Nolan.
He was somebody that I immediately felt like I could trust with my son. And, he's military. I knew there would be some discipline there, and it would be someone, and I think he has all the attributes that his dad will have.
Has Mike, Coach K, been like a father to you while you've been down here?
He has. He's definitely been a father figure to me. Conversations with him or about anything and everything. On Father's Day, those days when I need somebody there, he's always, the first one to call me and, be there for me.
He says you've been that father figure for him.
Well, I appreciate that. Actually, sends chills through me when you say that. Nolan and I have gotten very close.
The bond between Nolan and his extended family at Duke goes way beyond basketball.
Nolan is probably the most well-liked player around the country, the most well-liked player on our campus. He just has the ability to make a lot of friends because it's never about him.
I feel like that's my dad all over again. He's not above anyone else. He's a regular kid. He'll do whatever he can to help anyone, and he's my dad all over again. It's nice.
Last year, Duke won the national championship in Indianapolis, the same city where Derek and Louisville won it 30 years prior.
What was that like for you emotionally and for the family?
Oh yeah, it was a very emotional time, you know, especially after the game. The emotions hit, you know, doing something so spectacular like that, winning a championship, you know, being a part of history where there's not that many father and sons that have won championships. And, you know, I just look for my mom in the crowd to see her smile, my sister. And
it was emotional and, you know, it was special. It was, part of it was Nolan's moment too. Right there on the court, they had 1980 champions, and he was able to take a picture right next to it.
Nolan hopes to cap off his career with a date at the Final Four in Houston.
Taking the court for each individual game, knowing that that game could be your last, you know, you just want to play your heart out. You know, I don't want any game too soon before the championship game to be my last.
I don't think he wants it to end. I remember his last AAU game, he cried. So I can't even imagine how he's going to feel after, you know, leaving the team, Coach K, and the university.
And I told him, you know, cherish every moment because, you know, you'll never get this back. And if you get to that next level, the thing is, it's a business. And, you know, it's a whole different ballgame. And it's nothing like college.
Nolan Smith was the ACC Tournament MVP last weekend, averaging 18 points and 6 assists in Duke's 3 wins on their way to the title. Coming up next, Chris Wright and Austin Freeman almost missed out on being Hoya teammates. That and a whole lot more as Beyond the Bubble continues.